Hello. As you can tell, I'm in the same place. My cat is still laying on my foot, if you saw the previous video. So this is part 3 of the This Is My EDS tag. I just wanted to film all of these at once while I had a spare couple of hours on Tuesday afternoon. So let's go. So this third part is letters from an EDSer or letters from someone with EDS, depending on which you prefer. For the record, I'm more of an identity first language person. If for no other reason than person first language is just really clunky. And also, like, I mean, my disabilities and various issues are like an intrinsic part of like who I am and how I function, and like my identity, and pretending otherwise just frankly seems kind of silly. Okay, so number 1. What's something I wish my friends and family knew? That's difficult. I guess I don't know, this is maybe only sort of tangentially the question, but something I've been really worried about recently is getting out of school and having to like find a normal job to support myself and pay on my loans and help out my mom that I am physically and emotionally capable of doing. And I guess I wish my friends and family like knew and understood like just how concerned I am about that. Like, I mean, some of them know, and I think my partner probably knows and understands best. And I've tried talking to my mom about it, and it's not that I'm hesitant to explain the situation in full to her because I don't want to worry her, basically, because she has a lot going on. But yeah, it's just how concerned I am about my ability to support myself and not be a financial or emotional burden, or physical burden for that matter, on the people around me that I care about. What do I wish strangers knew about EDS? This one's easy, and I suspect a lot of other zebras feel the same way, that it's not always visible. I cannot tell you the number of times I've forced myself to stand on like a 45-minute train ride because there is somebody sitting in all of the priority seating, and I just can't make myself walk up and ask if I can take a seat, even though I am allowed to as a disabled person. Be like, hey, you know, I have this problem. Is there any way I could sit down? But I just can't make myself do that. And so if there isn't an available seat, I will stand. But yeah, so if like strangers in general are more aware of like not just that EDS is sometimes invisible, but that in general you can have like even physical problems that you can't necessarily tell someone has just by looking at them. Number 3, what would you say the doctors that caused you harm? This has less to do with EDS and more to do with just like the medical industry in general and like the kind of physical person I am. The answer to everything is not the fact that I am fat. Like, not every problem in my life, emotionally or physically, is caused by my weight. It's just not. It's not. In a lot of times, or in a lot of situations, the other things bothering me are contributing to my weight. Part of the reason I'm overweight is because it is so difficult for me to exercise safely in a way that actually burns fat, or because of how my emotions and my food habits interact and stuff like that. But yeah, that's the big thing. My old primary care physician was always far more concerned about how much I weigh than my history of cancer or like the fact that I'm in constant pain. And it was always just really, really obnoxious. And so that's what I would want to say, just that the answer to everything is not lose weight. That's not the solution. What would you like to say to the doctors that have been a great help to me? Thank you. I would like to give them a hug. Like my current primary care physician, who I picked myself after extensive research, reading all of the bios on like the Kaiser website. Just any like understanding doctor who's like willing to listen to a patient and understand that patients know their own minds and bodies better than anybody because we live in them. Just thank you, and try and tell your colleagues to do the same thing. Okay, what would I like to say to those who've been seeking diagnosis? Keep going, but take care of yourself. It can be exhausting. The research can be exhausting. Talking to doctors and the phone calls and the appointments, it is exhausting. And while you should take what your doctors say into an account, don't forget to take pretty much anything with a grain of salt. Like I just said, you know your body. If this isn't what's wrong, keep doing research, figure it out. But don't be too discouraged. But don't forget to step back and rest and take care of yourself. That's really important. Okay, and the last one is, what would I like to say to someone who is recently diagnosed? Would it be really strange to say congratulations? I mean, I know that this disease or whatever disorder or whatever you want to call it, whatever word you're comfortable with, it causes a lot of pain and it causes varying levels of difficulty with day-to-day life. But so many people who are diagnosed with this have been like so confused for so long about like what's going on with their bodies. Just like, or I guess maybe I don't want to say congratulations. I want to say if you're relieved about this, it's okay. If you are relieved to have found a solution, even though the solution is that you have a degenerative joint problem, that's okay. It makes sense, and there are other people who have experienced that same thing. So that's all the questions for this video. If you want to talk about Ehlers Danlos syndrome, I'll have my contact information down in the description bar, or if you just want to share in the comments or whatever. And I'll also be linking the video I got this tag from, like I did in the past 2 videos, and maybe some other relevant information, a couple of Zebra's like shops, so if you have some spare money and you want to support the cause, you can. Hopefully I'm going to be able to throw some money at least a couple of people this month, but I'm not working at the moment, so God knows. But yeah, so just stay strong and stay safe, everybody. Thanks.